How to cut hair like Joel Walsh. I'm Dave Shapes and I'm back with another video where I break down industry haircuts so that you can learn how to cut like them. Today I'm going to be breaking down a haircut from an industry killer. This guy is going to be probably one of the biggest names in the industry if he carries on the way he's going. So learning from him at this stage right now is going to be one of probably the best things you can do. No matter where you are in your career, beginner or advanced, this guy's making moves. His cuts are incredible. How he navigates through his haircuts is very precise. And I had the pleasure of spending 4 days with him. He came to do a 4-day private class with me in Manchester. And it's clear to see that this guy is really going to make a lot of impact in the industry if he keeps on the trajectory that he's on. Without further ado, let's get into the haircut by Joel Walsh. As always, first thing we're going to do, we're going to watch his video together and then we're going to bring it into the app. I'm going to break the haircut down for you. The kid is clean with it. Alright, let's bring up the app and let's break this down for you. So we're going to start off with sectioning as always. A very common theme in Joel's haircuts is he keeps things very simple for himself. I mean, why make it any more difficult than it needs to be? Focus on the important stuff. So his first section is straight down the middle of the client's head. Nice and simple, splitting the hair into 2 parts, left and right side, so there's less hair to manage for now. This is where we get a little bit deeper into the sectioning pattern. So you can see now the original center parting that he created down here has now been taken out. Why would he do that? Well, it's to split the hair in 2 first, and then what you do when you split the hair in 2, you take a section, you find this point exactly that you want on the client at the back, where the head starts to round from the top into the back. And then what you do, you use that point of reference to take a section down this way into the mastoid area, and then this way into the mastoid area as well. Doing the center parting first allows you to break the hair into 2, and then you use the back point of the center section to split the hair into the back and create the box section at the back. Then after that, you find the rounds of the head around here, and then from this point at the back you can take a section from back to front, separating the hair down here and up here. So you're separating the sides from the top. And by the way, all these head diagrams you can get for free for you to study, download, print off, draw on, upload into this app as well. You can find them in my free school community by going to the first link in the description. These are absolutely free and I'm going to be adding to these over time, so it's well worth you coming and grabbing these while they're still available. Now we're going to move on to the next part. So we can see something here that Joel doesn't actually show in his video. He has actually taken a section down into the back and one here as well. Why might he have done this? Well, it's to create a separation of the crown area that he wants to deal with later on, and he wants to cut it later on. Now, do you need to do this? Personally, I don't recommend it. If you're going to be just creating a pure round graduation anyway, I don't think you need it. The times when I would recommend having this triangle section in the crown area is when you're going to do something different with it, or when something changes with the weight, or when something changes with the shape. And then that way, you know you're dealing with this part on its own. Now let's take a look at his cutting section. We can see that his sections are coming down to here. which means we can also see a cutting line that's taking this kind of trajectory. Once he pulls these sections down here like this, what's actually happening is he's creating a graduation. So when you pull the hair down, you're going to build weight up. So he has a graduation going on. And then we can actually see the direction of his section here. He goes from the top down and round into the nape, and he does this for every section. So this will come down here, like here, and another one will come here, about there, and so on until he gets down and round into the back. And then what he would be doing ideally, if he's going to create a pure round shape, he's going to want to cut each one of these sections directly on its base, so pulling it out directly from the root. So we can put these in here as an indicator to say we're projecting the hair directly out from the root. So that's the structure that is putting into the haircut. We have the structure here vertically creating a graduation, a build-up of weight from short at the bottom to longer to the top. Shape-wise, so horizontally, we have something more round like this because he's following the head shape round. What he'll be doing each and every section, he's taking a step to his left with every section. So when he does that, that means he's following the head shape. And when you follow the head shape with your section, you're going to create a round shape. Moving on to the next one. So what Joel is doing here, he's cutting from the back to the front. And what we don't see is how he actually cut that crown area in, that triangle section. So it's hard to really know what he did, but there's only really two things you can do. Let's say this bit was that triangle section that he created before. There's two ways you can cut it. You can take a section down there, pull it down to the side and connect it in. Take another section, pull it down to the side and connect it in. It's going to retain the most amount of weight if he does that. And then let's say this is the section again here. You can elevate a section up and cut it up here. So each section can come up here like this. Cutting line could be a bit more round, which then helps connect this into the front. Now, something I really do want you to notice here is his cutting line looks like it's increasing in length to the front here. This is important because it's going to play a huge role in the style that he does for the client. So it looks like these are coming up here, that is coming up here, and we can see the increase in length of each of these arrows getting longer to the front, which means he's creating a more of a triangular shape this way, which is perfect for the style that he's about to create. Creating more length and weight to the front allows us to create really nice curtain style. How to cut the rest of this? There's a couple of ways. So you can take sections here like this, and then you can raise this up to here, you can raise this up to here. Like this. And all of these can create the same shape, getting longer to the front. If we bring these to the actual height of what he's actually cutting, so we can connect all these up. We can connect this one up. And you can see when I zoom in here, it's getting longer from back to front. It's also sitting flat horizontally. So that's one way it could be done. Another way is you can bring these sections to be cut down here. Key thing to recognize here though, for the style that he wants to create, is it still needs to get longer towards the front. Because if it gets longer towards the front, you can have the curtains that this client wants. When would you use When would you want to pick it up and cut up here, and when would you want to pull it down and cut down here? Well, the simplest decision is the density of the hair. If they have really thick hair, it's probably going to be a really good idea to bring it up, because then you're going to remove more weight. If they have really fine hair, it's going to be probably a good idea to bring it down here and cut it in and connect it in down here to keep as much weight as possible. And here's where we can start to see this incredible haircut come together. All through here, it has this length flowing back. And this is what makes you realize that he's created a round shape, because a round shape will open the face up. It's usually shorter at the front, longer into the back. And we can see all this extra length from the top here. That's from creating the triangle shape. Whether it's triangle because he got it longer to the front up here, or whether it's triangle because he got it to the longer to the front down here. Either one, the result is the same. You just decide which one you want to use based on the density of the client's hair. And then, of course, is finish the haircut with an insanely clean taper. Then when we look into the back of this, we can see the full shape from behind. We have this graduated shape coming into the back here. Soft looking neckline. All the hair from the crown area is sat down here. And his weight line is going to be sat right about there. We have this length coming in from the front, and it's flowing into the back. Really, really nice. And it tucks right behind the ear into the back. That is how you cut hair like Joel Walsh. If you like this, please give it a like. Give it a comment below if there's anyone specific you'd like me to break down a haircut of. Send me some videos on Instagram if you want. And obviously, if you want to stick around, please subscribe so you never miss another one. But like I said at the beginning of this video, all of these head diagrams are available for free to download inside my free community. If you just hit the first link in the description, it's free to join, and you can find more of these head diagrams as well. As I keep adding more to this, you'll get more value. So I'll see you in the next one.